Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Um, I'm guessing the outlet I'm using it keeps like shorting out like everything that was plugged in like just shut off on that outlet, so I completely switched where I'm at. So let's see, we was looking at gold. Gold for the 5 minute is starting to look good, so I may take entries. So basically, for a 5 minute validation would be like a 30-minute time frame, and let's see, what would be the let's see, probably like a 5 hour time frame, 4 hour or 4 hour time frame would be our context. Let me see what's going on here. The gold looks good. It looks good. Rejecting off of that 10. Flushed. 2, 3. Okay, yeah, perfect. I'm waiting for a setup to happen. So what I'm gonna do is start calculating stuff and get like a clean pause as it starts to rise. Then yeah, MAs are starting to rise. If we can pause without clearing this high, I'll take the entry here. Let me look at how the spread's looking on my account. Oh, tap the high. I gotta wait again. Not too bad. All right. So I'll need one more candle to pause after this one. But this looks like it could really set up. Yeah. I guess we don't clear that high yet. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait for another 5 minute candle, but I'm just calculating everything I did early, counting for spreads, making sure I'm counting. Okay. Looks like it's just gonna clear the highs. Uh, put it up right here. I think that can account for spreads like that. So one more candle needs to basically print. So if that next candle can pause, I'll take it. That buy stop. That- I don't like the way how it closed because now the way how the MAs are moving now, this candle closure right here showed the MA is moving sideways. So I want it to start rising again while I look for the setup. So I can cancel this. So what I basically can wait for is the same thing that happened all over. Let me quickly check this pair because I know it was around the 15-minute area. Gold seems like the best one. Yeah.
Là, j'ai dois enlever une autre ligne.
me check the other markets. Um, let's see. I know this was looking good on around like a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, if we can push it up like this, create the setup. Basically, whichever one sets up first between the 5 minute on the gold or this market on the 15. I'll take one of these. What's it called? I gotta check the price differences real quick. It said 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. Okay, this one is the most accurate one. Let's see. What about this one? I think I got this is it. Oh, that's 40. Let me see what price is it at. 23.65. 23.675. 365. That'll put me all the way up. That's what it's showing as current price. That's way off. Just to really set up. So this has a price difference. Let's see. What's the price difference? Yeah, both of these have price differences. All of them. Alright, so what I can do is if I'm entering this, I'm gonna enter them all separately looking at the chart on my phone. Because they have some chart differences with the pricing. If this one sets up first. You go back and check at gold. As gold is on a much lower time frame. It could create a faster setup. Okay, based on the 30-minute, still looks good. Starting to push up just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Still need more of a push, more of a pause as it starts to rise up with the MAs. This is starting to look like a MA setup. Just waiting for it to get right back above the MAs to reclaim it. What I'm doing right now is watching gold on my phone, the chart, while I'm watching this, so I can see which one sets up first. I like gold better, but only because it's much easier to enter all the accounts since it's like almost the same pricing. We got like a what $10 to $15 difference with current pricing. So whichever one sets up. Just drawing a box around where I'm looking at like once price. You see how we flushed under the MAs. Once price reclaims the MAs, that's just like an extra confirmation. Like you move up, you don't need to draw it. Just watching where it is. Look, this has set something up nicely on this 15-minute time frame, but I wasn't up. This was around like 2:15 where we flushed to the 50 as we made our way up, made this pause. It rejected nicely, and during this point in time, you would have seen the MA start to rise up like just a bit, like how I like. Then a buy stop. Break even would have been when it made this pullback and break. Then good. Then I would have been managing this. Based on my rules, I would have been took like a partial, probably like just while I'm waiting, I'm just looking at what I missed. Like I would have took something like that. Yeah, exactly like that. And if I was in this, I would have took a partial right based on the rules y'all see me say. Wait for at least a 1 to 2, like 3 candles. So the first candle would have been this one. The second candle would have been this one. I would have took a partial all the way up here, all the way up here, and I would have still had the rest of the position running because I would be trailing with the second low, and there was no low created. So the most recent low would be right here. So it would be at break even until like we clear this high and stuff like that, and the low would be adjusted and stuff like that. But we're not in that. I'm just showing y'all like what to expect from me. Yeah, I love this. If we can close, oh, I love how it's moving so far. But we don't judge anything until we close. So I'm already logged in. Hopefully, I'm already logged in. All right, perfect. What I'm gonna do is if I'm trading this one, I'm gonna disconnect the trade copies. There we go. Uh, one thing I wanted to do as well. I'll do that later. I don't know if it's gonna show anything sensitive. Okay, all that is disconnected right now. But looking at my phone, gold looking good too. But this one has more momentum clearly. Yeah, this is perfect. I'm gonna get literally everything prepared. I'm trying to decide because I'm looking at gold too on my phone and it look good. Let me show y'all gold real quick so y'all can see like it looks basically the same, but just on a 5 minute. But sticking with this one so far because it still has more volume in the candles. All right, so basically what I'm looking for right now is the price to basically do this, where we The next candle that prints, which is a 15-minute candle, like pauses, so it prints before taking out the previous candle's high, which is this one. If we can get that, and it still looks nicely against the MAs, I'll set a buy stop above the high. That's what I'm planning on doing. But for this, I'm gonna have to do all the accounts separately because of the different pricing issue. Mm, mm, mm. Now this gonna close. I will say the thing I like about the high time frame, you don't really got to be in a rush when it's time to enter these trades. It's much more of a rush when you're taking like 1 minute entries with the strategy. You got to make sure you when the next candle prints in a minute, you got to make sure you place your order above the high within that minute because it can easily just go up and then you miss your trade. All right, so depending on how it closes, so it can't just break through. If it breaks completely through the MAs, that just shows me it's losing its averages and it doesn't want to go higher from that point. But if we, nice rejection as we're moving upwards, then it would be nice for a buy stop. What I'm gonna do right now to prepare it is I'm gonna like already calculate everything on my phone, the risk here. The only one I really need to calculate is here. Everything else, the other platforms already like calculate the risk for you. Let me see how far it wants to come down. Typically, I want to put my stop loss wherever this pauses, or a little bit further under it. So I'm just waiting. I think trying to see where it's gonna stop for the pause. How's it looking? The MAs are looking sideways, but I'm still adjusting things because the MAs only interact with price action. So, for example, even though it looks sideways right now, probably like this can happen like in the last 2 minutes of this candle closure. If it closes all the way up here, then the MAs will start to look like it's rising. And that's something I like to see. So that's why I'm still like adjusting it just in case it does something like that. But if it ends up closing like this, that's a no go for me. Trying to see where exactly. Okay, I'll say this is a good area to put my stop loss if it was to do what I'm expecting. So what I'm gonna do is Match Trader is really the easiest to do it all with the pending orders. So I can just drag it. So I'll put the stop loss right here. All right, here. Make sure I'm accounting for spreads. So, I'm gonna put it slightly higher. All right, it's dropping a little bit more. Like I said, I'm not gonna make any decisions until I see how this candle closes. Just slightly above. So all I'm waiting for is just whatever happened right here. This is the same thing. As it starts to rise up with the MAs and it makes that pause, to expect this longer term extension out of it. See how it doesn't look? It doesn't look the same. It's moving sideways so far. Need it to look like it's starting to rise. Okay. Like if it closes all the way up here, I know it would. I'm gonna just already automatically calculate. Like just let's see, what is this? 49. That's not enough. 6, 69. Oh, got it right. There we go. 0.65. I'm not gonna actually press that yet. What else we got? You look on my phone real quick. Waiting for this page to load. Oh. Which one was it? I think it was this one. Uh, let me put this on full. Dude, don't be freezing on me now. Whatever. There we go. Why is this side blank? There we go. I'm trying to see what pricing it is for this chart. I'm still looking at the chart on my phone so I can see what it's doing in this 6 minutes. So let me that buy order stop somewhere like right here. 23. Let's just say 23, 443. There we go. And then I'm gonna look to place. Where is it? It still looks good. I'm looking to place it on my phone. Let me see what it's looking like. That is pushing up like that. That's what I want to see. Me calculate everything else. Right. So I like how it's looking at the part if we can close like that. I'll set the stop. As long as it doesn't like really break too good, like under the eyes right there, I can see it moving upwards. But I can still make, I can still cancel the orders for the next few to work a little bit, like if it breaks through. But at that point, it's not supporting the other side. So that's how I feel like this announcement is in my opinion. This is a kind of classic almost using these add-ons as a tool for outsourcing. Got 2 minutes. I'm gonna really turn off my trade manager and make sure it doesn't do anything weird. I'm doing it separately. Okay, we got 45 seconds. Yeah. So I'm gonna click my box stop right now. Did it go through? There we go. Send order. I don't know why my limited funded account keeps saying invalid TP when I place it. Let me hold on. All right, got the order here. Orders. Why is it saying invalid TP? And I'm gonna cancel this right here. Right here. Because what I was expecting was from that area, the next candle had to immediately like tag me in because it was starting to look like it was rising, but the fact that this next candle just immediately went down just showed me it wasn't supporting that order right there at that time. So that's why I canceled it. I need to figure out why it didn't work for my Affinity funding account. Like I tried to place it on my phone and it said invalid stop loss and TP. But basically, even though it's failing down, you don't, even though you're wrong about the analysis, it doesn't mean that you're losing money. And it still looks clear if it can do the same thing. So basically, just if it can start to move higher, clean pause and stuff like that. Let me see how it's looking on the higher time frame to make that decision. It's still on the 10 and 20. I always talk about this, but after you get a flush, you want to see at least three breaks of structure for a full cycle that goes with the strategy. So we have the flush, the first break of structures, the second, the third. I was expecting the fourth one to be created right here. So if it could still like it doesn't break too badly right here at that 20, which is that red line, and it can just reject up, it could still look good for possible opportunities. We do have like a whole hour for this candle to close. So on the 15 minute, if it can push up like this, on that 1 hour, it will start to reject that 20. So right now there's nothing to do. Let me look back at gold because I was also looking at gold to see what was going on. I was looking at it for a 5 minute potential opportunity. Let's see what's going on. So if I'm using a 5 minute for an entry, I'm looking at the 30 minute basically to validate it. So we had a flush, we had the first break, second, the third. Can still expect the fourth one for gold to make another move higher. Um, so if I was to trade gold on this 5 minute time frame right here, I would have to wait. Basically, what I'm waiting for that other market price to push up, make a nice clean pause against the MAs to set the buy stop. But right now, there's just nothing to do. I wonder what the other markets are doing. The other markets right here, none do. Right here, this was a trade from yesterday, but I ended up closing for the rule right here, so it's a small break even. Let me delete these alerts too. I don't need that since I'm not in this trade no more. There we go. For this, it wouldn't set nothing up. It's not gonna set nothing up. What about silver? Let's look at silver real quick. What silver looking like? Nah, nah. Yeah, so the only two markets that I want to see something happen is with gold and this one GR40. If a setup so happens to happen on gold first, I'm gonna turn on the trade copiers again, cause similar pricing, much easier to do. So while I'm waiting, I'm gonna talk about the reason why I'm able to switch time frames so much is because like if for example if I'm expecting this movement to happen on the 15th on the 5 minute right here, and let's just say that price ends up doing the opposite and we fail down, there would just be nothing for me to do, no entries, right? And at that point it would have fell all the way down right here, and probably on a higher time frame that would be around like pausing on 10 and 20, which could set up like a 15-minute opportunity because that's close to the 50 right here. So that's basically why, because it relies on buy stops. And even if I did get an entry right here, I could trade management is very important because when you manage your trade, you can be wrong about the direction and still make money. or vice versa. So there's like there's advantages and disadvantages. Like just like this trade I took the trade I took yesterday, even though I was not fully right about the direction because it ended up failing downward. Oh yeah, ended up deleting it, but I still didn't lose too much. It was like a break even. It was I think it was like 170. Meanwhile, I was risking like 650 across two accounts. So that gives you a very huge advantage when you know when to cut losses, stuff like that. Or that one trade that I took last week for one of my challenges, I was wrong about the direction, but actually I was right about the direction, but it ended up failing down after, but I still took profits. So it's just certain like stuff like that. Trade management is very important. And all this stuff I'm trading, I have tested for a whole bunch of times. So I know I have to be like very patient, especially this year. T- took way less trades than normal, way less trades. But let's see, if I was to judge which market may set up first, I would say I would definitely think it's gold because one, we're on a 15-minute on here, so each candle is 15 minute to make a setup like this, and gold is on a 5 minute, and all it really needs to do is just push higher and then pause. Theoretically, this setup could happen in like 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is, since I'm looking more at gold right now, I'm switching the market. I'm gonna turn on my trade copiers right here. I ended up removing my Effectsify challenge accounts off of this because for some reason, ever since they changed their name and stuff like that, I don't know if that's the actual issue, but it hasn't been connected. So I just ended up downgrading my subscription. I'm just gonna trade that separately. There we go. So I got them all on. Where is right here? Let's see. Also, one thing I like to do is highlight this area because this area is an area of consolidation. So I gotta make sure it's a good pop above. Like if we move above it like that cleanly, then I would know like okay, we're out of that consolidation range. Because you don't want to accidentally um like enter just right here and then price ends up continuing to chop around in this area. Probably like 11:30, 12, one of those. I'm gonna be hopping off the charts because it's getting a bit late. Or depending on what gold does, if gold ends up like just falling off at that point, I could just hop off early because I know like the other markets are not setting up, and the only other market is this one, but it's not likely to really set up since it's like a 15-minute. setup that I'm waiting on. What time was this entry right here? This was actually a good entry, but I was not on the charts at this time. If y'all see it right here, I'm just bored, so I'm just talking just to talk. But basically, like, yeah, that move down to that 50. At first, we came up, then we fell down, came up, we fell down, came up. Actually, I wouldn't even like this, to be honest. I wouldn't have liked that because if you really look at this area, the moment it refell down around this area, it shows a bit of consolidation. So at that point, I would have wanted price to come down more and then reset up like that. This is hindsight though. But what day of the week is it? Oh, it's only Tuesday. So far this week only have one break even. I'm gonna consider it break even. Is it gonna push up? Is it gonna push up? Let me see if I can find a topic. One of the reasons why I like trading with the overall direction, you would never see me trade like short-term price like short-term price. And the reason why is there's many advantages. One, you can have one trade that covers a whole bunch of winners. You can have one trade that comes a 7 hour gain, a 6 hour gain, an 8 hour gain, just like that. With trading with the overall trend because we're overall moving in one direction. But I don't come to a chart and know how much I'm gonna make in a day, or how I know how much may lose in a day, but I don't know how much I may make in a day. At target, I don't set my targets at 2 R, 3 R, 6 R. I basically look at what price is doing and I manage, and whatever that the market gives me, it then it gives me profit. But I do it in a way where it makes sense. So for example, like say if I got a good entry, I think let me see an example. There was a market. I think it was on this one on a 15-minute time frame last night. It made a good trade opportunity right here. For example, like I'm being really honest. This is if I was up at this time, I would have took this exact trade. I'm just talking to y'all while I'm waiting, but I would have took this exact trade, and y'all can see that based on my videos on my channel, my live streams, what I talk about, and what I'm waiting to see. You know, you flush to the 50 as we popping out. We made that impulse. We made that small pause with that candle. Set the buy stop like that, just like that. Right? My management for this specifically would have been like, okay, break even after the structure. So we made a move up, made a move down. As soon as we have a break of the high, this would have been at break even. See, this candle almost would have took me out at break even if I was in this trade, but it wouldn't. But management for this wise would have been my 3 candle rule. I wait for when I get in a trade, I wait for at least 3 candles, and on the third candle, wherever it closes, as long as it's above at a 1 to 2 or above a 1 to 2, that's where I'll take 50% partial. So this case right here, in this case, okay, so we had the first candle was right here. That's the 1 candle. This is the second candle. The third candle just so happens to close all the way up here. And this is the rules I tested. Now for one trade, this is a 6.29, but remember 50% partials, that's around 3 point something. All right, let's just call it 3.15. 3.15. And then I would have been leaving the rest to run based on a trailing rule on the second low rule. And that just basically means like, all right, say if price was up right here in this area and I took a trade right around this area, right? You notice how the indicator shows this as a low and this as a low. I would have moved my stop loss right here as price made its way up and has at least 2 lows. I would have moved my stop loss to the second most recent low, not the most recent low, but the second most recent low. But yeah, that's basically what I would have did. So in this specific scenario, I would have been still in this trade. My stop loss would still be at break even, like if I'm being honest. So that's how, like, when you have a system that allows you to potentially get a large runner, it's very powerful. Especially when I have rules to cut losses. My rules to cut losses is basically waiting for the break of that 20. So if price ended up coming back down and breaking the 20 bearish, it would have showed me the orders are not being supported higher, and it's most likely going to be a loss. So that saves me a lot of money in the long run while potentially looking for a large winner. All profitable trading is just math. Just math. Try to make sure your winners are way bigger than your losses, and your losses are small and stuff like that. So you just see how the orders are being respected as it's rejecting and stuff like that until it restarts with the cycle and fails down. So even though I took a small tiny loss, considered it like a break even, it really only takes probably like one trade to really make a nice gain on the account. What are any other topics? It's just been consolidating in this area. Thing about trading is the only downside for me to live trade is I have to watch the chart a little bit more because I notice I'm watching the chart more often than when I wasn't live streaming because I used to post on my stories and that was way easier because it would be like, okay, I just post um when I'm taking the trade. But I can understand like if I do that with YouTube live streaming, it can raise a bit of suspicion like, okay, why did you enter there? Like you didn't show when you entered and stuff like that. I don't know. But let's see. Okay, are we gonna push? One thing, make sure you never judge the candle as it's going. Make sure you only judge the candle when it closes. So even though it's pushing a little bit, for all you know, in the next 2 minutes, price gonna end up right here. Like how it's moving so far. It's moving a bit higher. I'm gonna try placing it. If it does set up, I'm gonna try placing it on the laptop instead because I don't know why my stop order didn't go through when I was doing the first one. Where's gold on here? Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Let's see how it closes. Mm, 20 seconds. Perfect. Still gotta wait and see how it closes. Perfect. All right. So if the next candle can pause before taking out the next high, let's see. Oh, it took out the next high immediately. So I gotta wait again. I gotta wait again. So basically, it moved out of this range. If I can get that pause with the next 5 minute candle, I'll set the buy stop. So that's what I'm waiting on. That is what I'm waiting on. The next candle after this one. Let's see. Let's see. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get this prepared and then order my stop. I was to so this is how I basically do it. If I was to if price ended up pausing at this area, right? Let me also look at the spreads on my account. Let me look. It's easier to see it on my phone. Let me see chart. Okay, okay, not too bad. not too bad. Let's see, is it gonna pause? Just waiting, just waiting, just waiting. Okay, so now that it came out of this range, I can just more accurately draw this. Came above the MAs like that, and basically I'm waiting for to make a move, see what it's gonna do. Very soon, right? Getting this all prepared. Mm, right, so, okay. Just waiting. So the next 5 minute candle needs to pause. Put this slightly above. You see how the MAs are starting to rise up like this? Pretty, yeah. Let me look up the risk. What is the risk supposed to be? Let's see. 3001. Okay, let me see how this closes. So it's rising up. Got that impulse pause. This account I got to do a extremely small risk because I'm almost there to losing this account, but everything else is at a 0.65 steady risk. Let's see what it does. Are we gonna tag that high before our 1 minute? Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't do any BS because everything should be good. Okay. If it active, I'm gonna do it. Just do it separately, and just forget about this. Let's see. All right, place. See, like I know I wasn't tripping. It's saying invalid. I'ma just what is it doing? I'ma just do it quickly here. How is it? Why is it saying that? Gold on my phone. Very gold. Set it up. Quick buy stop like that. Let me see. Is it accounting for spreads? Yeah, that's decent. Next account. I am so slow when it comes to entering manually. Trading. I'm looking at it on my phone as well, so I'm seeing if it's gonna be on invalid by the time. What the hell? Why do I have an order here? Oh, that would have been bad. Why do I have an order there still? Nah, that was not. That was crazy. I had a pending order there. All right, me hurry up. Section. Uh, oh, I see it rejecting over there. 30, 30, 52, 30, 30. Um, just do it like that. In order. There we go. So I'm gonna just skip out on that first account because I don't know why it's saying invalid anything. But as you can see, it still looks clean right here based on what I expect. So we had to move up and pause, small pause. It's rejecting with the MAs. So if we can expect a move to happen out of this, right? If it was to tag me in the trade, my path to. If we were to get tagged in the trade, then the MAs will start to rise just like here for a good move. So that's my thought process. I think that was all the accounts. Yeah. Make sure anytime you're showing up to the charts, you already have a plan. You already know what you're gonna do. All of that. A lot of people show up, they don't even got a plan. They don't even know what to do. You see, I always got something like if this happens, I'm gonna do this. If this doesn't happen, I'm gonna do that. So yeah. Um, I'm just looking at those price differences right there. Let's see, will I get a trade today? For some reason, I feel like it would tag me in early. So let's see how this candle closes right here. Yeah, there we go. Because if it had closed right here, it would have been like, I'm gonna cancel. But that rejection shows that MA is still moving higher. Let's just see how it closes. Can't we make the move higher? What is this? Why do I feel like this one is closer than this one? Or am I tripping? I feel like no, something ain't right. I'm about to get tagged in early. I feel like I'm about to get tagged in early. I should probably move this higher. Slick. 30, 30, 62. 30, 30, 68. 30, 68. Yeah, I'm noticing it's moving. Decisions, decisions. I'm trying to see whether I should adjust it a bit more because I have a feeling like the prices, like this is at 95. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Yeah, No, I'm not tripping. This one is a bit higher. What is it doing on here? I'm gonna manually do it. 2.50. Yeah, I'm gonna manually do this. I'm gonna manually enter the trades if I get it because I'm gonna look at it from my phone. If I miss it right now, I miss it. But let me do this manually. So I'm gonna just wait for it to get shown on Trading View, then I'm gonna do it because that definitely looks like it's. I think I was at 250. There we go. So I'm looking at it from Trading View on my phone. If I see it get tagged in from that high, then I'm gonna press both of them. Yeah, they ain't gonna catch you at them different prices. They try to nah. I knew I wasn't tripping. Let's see. Where is it gonna close? Is it gonna close right there? Where are you gonna close? What just happened? Oh, I was wondering why it disappeared. Oh, it came under it even more. All right, now the MAs are starting to look. What do you call it? Sideways. Unless we push up like that. If it ends up closing all the way up here, then it won't. Mm, what is it doing? Man, it's starting to look more sideways. Trying to decide. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it when it gets to that high. Still rejecting off of the 22. What is it gonna do? Stop loss. Gotta be adjusted. 3.29. 29. 60. 3.2960. 2960. Um, what's the correct risk? Just reading. Just reading. Okay, let's see what happens with this candle. We're gonna get an entry. I feel like it's a little bit too 4 minutes. All right, I'm gonna just hop off the charts. I'm gonna just call it a day. It's 2 minutes until 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna hop off the charts. Let me make sure that I don't got no orders like on my accounts. Okay, no orders going on. Nothing moving. All right, I'm hopping off the charts right now. Just right after setting up. Maybe, maybe. If it would have tagged right there. Yeah, but we off. We off right now. All right. That concludes it for today.